Eric, listen, we have to do a much better job with training. And one thing I hate is as soon as we have an incident, John, Eric, with police, and not just NYPD, the first thing the police say is we got to do better training. And I freaking hate when they say that because I'm saying, how about hold cops accountable for the hundreds of thousands of dollars of trainings that we already have? That's just my issue. The only person in any of these incidents that has $100,000 training is the cop on the scene, not the civilian. So we have to hold cops to the high standard. That's where they get paid the big buck. It's the only profession in the world where you get to take a life if someone is using imminent deadly physical force against you or someone else imminently. I think we agree on that, right? That's what it is. So that's why a lot of times cops don't get convicted of crimes, because after you go to a jury and you break stuff down frame by frame by frame, you notice that, oh, the cop, he or she really didn't do, or these were the situations that they was faced. So we have to do better with the training. We have to do a lot better with the training. But Eric, you hit it out the park. Your buddies, I learned, I was in the military for about 16 years, 3.5 years regular, about 12 years. The buddy system, everything is the buddy system. Your buddies have to watch your back. Every time I see these situations, or even like these shootings, like where an unarmed person getting shot, and like the partner never shoots, like the partner wasn't in fear. Like, why is the one cop always is the one that does the shooting, and the other guys are stand like they weren't in fear? Like, we have to do more communication. Take cover. A lot of times these shooters, and now y'all know, most of these shooters are what, 3 to 5 feet in distance. It's not like TV where it's standing behind a tree saying, hey, you got a clear shot. Hey, you like walk up on a guy and boom, it just happens. It just happens. But I have no problem retreating. Cops got to also learn to retreat. Like, it's okay. Somebody pull a gun, I'm leaving. Maybe I'm going to do some suppressive fire till I can get behind some cover, a steel engine, a mailbox or something. But it's a tough job. I just thank God that, I never killed nobody in the streets or on the job. So I have to be clear when I say this stuff, because you're listening.
I knew you were going to get to that. I was like, he's going to clarify. Right?
Yeah, listen to that.
Listen,
So Corey, I don't want to go back and forth all day on history. Like, we could definitely do, like, if you want to come on, we'll talk about videos or any new videos that come out. Love to have you on, get your perspective on it, but like, this show's about you.
I'm gonna be a guest now. Don't worry. I'm gonna be a guest now. Don't worry.
We got a Friday roundtable.
Yeah, absolutely. But so, like, back to Corey Pegues, right? You were a street kid. You did some dumb things when you were a kid. Congratulations. So did we all. I got locked up twice. I don't think you did. So, like, you didn't get caught. You were smarter than me. So congrats to you.
I did get
caught twice. You never got caught.
You did get locked up. All right.
I got locked up, but there's 3 reasons, so the listeners can know. There's 3 reasons that prevent you from becoming a cop. NYPD. 1, convicted of a felony. 2, convicted of domestic violence. And the 3rd one, I can't remember. You give me a second, I'll look it up. But these are the only 3 reasons. That's why people say, you lied to become a cop. And I'm saying, I never lied to become a cop. I answered the questions that was given to me. I remember my next door neighbor coming to me and telling me the cops knocked on the door. They was here asking questions about you. So I'm like, I was really nervous. Like, damn, am I going to get this job? Because here I'm married. I got 2 kids. I just got out of the military. I'm trying to get my life at this point. I'm 22, 23. I'm trying to get my life. All this stuff. People want to lock me in from 13 to 18. Like, I'm 56. Those 5 years, that's your life. That's what it was. We're going to throw you in the garbage forever. Like, I have no room for change. Absolutely not. Let me show you guys this really quick. Y'all know who this guy is? Kevin Lowry?
Nah, I don't know who that is.
From thief to chief. He was a 3-star chief in Nassau County. He was part of the family gang in the 70s and 80s. Extortions, shootings, all kind of stuff. Book, newspaper, nobody hates Kevin Lowry. Nobody hates him. No, nobody hates him. Nobody hates him. I mean, this is insane. But even bringing it more close to home, do y'all know Mike Moyer?
I know Mike Moore.
Moore?
Yeah, my Chinatown gang stories. I know. I work
Yeah.
with Mike.
Mike Chinatown. He was in the Folk Chin gang. This is a very violent Asian gang, and he rose to the rank of detective in Brooklyn South and NYPD. And I applaud these guys because he joined the gang. Mike joined the gang, I think when he was 16 years old. And these guys are grown. You have to understand when you're growing. Well, I grew up in a low social economic neighborhood. It was gangsters, pimps, hustlers, and rappers. I tried rap for complete transparency. I tried rap for one day and knew I had to just keep selling drugs. It wasn't going to work. It was. It could probably work today with all of these rappers out here. Well, I grew up with Run DMC, LL Cool J. Like these are friends of mine. I wasn't on their level, but that was and again, but I made the choice. There was a lot of my friends that didn't make the choices that I made, but I made that choice because that was the quick money. I needed food really quick. I needed clothes really quick. I was wearing my sister's jeans, so I had no time to like work at McDonald's and do all of that stuff. When a guy was saying, "Here, I'm gonna give you 20 bags of weed. You sell them for $5 a pop. I'm gonna give you $20 off every 100 pack." And I was like, $20? I gotta buy me a hero. I can get me a fruit juice, and I can still have, $12 in my pocket. Probably more than that back then. A hero was probably $1.50. Now they're like $12 freaking dollars. But that's all it was really about. Choices I made weren't good choices, but one thing, I don't regret anything I did in my life, except we ain't talking about relationship stuff, but just the stuff that I did in my life. I never killed anybody. So, or the only thing I always think about once in a while is, did I sell somebody a vial of crack and they took the hit and died? But I would never know that. That's the only thing where I think like I was doing. But other than that, I didn't kill nobody. As a matter of fact, John and Eric, I had so much fun. We didn't even know it was that dangerous. It was what? 2,500 homicides when I was out there. But we was just having, it was just a bunch of childhood friends selling drugs and have fun until once crack came and guns and robberies and people dying, it didn't become fun anymore.
But Core, my point in my question actually is like, so you get past that and you get the opportunity to be a New York City police officer. Who was Corey Pegues as a police officer? A rookie coming in the police department. Like, what was your ethos? What'd you do? Where'd you work? Like, what were you doing? Like, could we tell the audience who Corey Pegues was as a young cop?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. The first thing I gotta say is I actually was the happiest cop. I was so happy that I was able to change my life because a lot of my friends were still in jail, still in the street selling drugs. I mean, it was like, yo, I'm living the American dream now. I'm working 9 to 5. I remember going into the Army, John, and I make $700 a month. I was getting that in a freaking hour or two out there in the streets. But I was so happy to do push-ups, sit-ups, run over walls, everything. So as a cop, I worked in Queensbridge. I worked in the 114 precinct, so they would send me to Queensbridge all the time. And now you gotta understand, I'm like 4 years removed from what they're doing in Queensbridge. I'm just a few years removed from what they was doing. So I had the street smarts. Everybody knew, I'm coming with a Diddy bop. I got the tattoos, cornrows in my hair. I was this new era cop. I remember Esposito looking at me one time. I was like, Corey, what are we going to do about your hair? I was like, boss, it says your hair got to conform to the shape of your head. What better hairstyle I have than braids? It's cornrows. It's conforming to my head. So it was new era. And, most of the old guard wasn't used to somebody coming in like that, able to, look like the person on the street where we go into these areas to lock up. He's walking through the door with a gun. Like, what's going on with it? But I was able to talk to my partners, let them know. I remember being on patrol with my partner one time, and he's saying, let's stop that guy. I was like, what are we doing? What, you see something? He's like, look what he's wearing. And I'm like, Brian, did you see me come to work today? I got the same shit on. Like, what are you talking about? Just because his pants are sagging a little bit, like, come on, Brian. You gotta give me a little more than that. But he taught me stuff too. His father was a homicide detective in Midtown South. So it was a yin and a yang. We was able to teach each other things coming from where I grew up, how he grew up. And it was just really me just trying to impart on the officers that work with me, like, yo, all of these guys ain't bad over here. Their parents live in the freaking projects. Trust me, if they had a choice, they wouldn't live in the projects. But if this is where they grow up, so those guys doing the pull-ups over there on the scaffolding, that's their backyard. That's their front yard. You don't understand? Like moving all these guys. Where you gonna move them? It's 90 degrees outside. It's 110 and it's 110 in the apartment. What are we gonna do? Like, you can't lock your way up out of this stuff, man. We can't lock everybody up. Some of these guys are good guys. So I was always about teaching the cops that I work with, making sure I bridge that gap with the community and police. The community loved me, but I was no nonsense. I wasn't on the take. I wasn't letting nobody go. I remember me and my partner stopped somebody on the Grand Central Parkway, and the guy had a bag in the back. I was like, yo, what's in the bag? He was like, I don't know. Anyway, the bag got $30,000 in it. I'm not going to name the cop I was working with. He looks over the hood of the car at me like, jackpot. And I was like, fuck you. We vouchering this. Because I was so scared. Eric, John, you got to understand. I was already nervous that I'm coming in here, all hip hop. They probably don't want me here. This might be an IAB test. I'm not taking it. I was doing the math. 35,000, 20 years. It's going to be almost, whatever, $800,000 job for 30,000. We bust it down 15. I lose my job. My family's going to be, nah, just voucher the money, voucher. I never knew if it was a test, but I had straight integrity. I didn't play. And anybody work with me or for me, they'll tell you, I didn't even treat people bad. I took care of my cops. I don't care. All this hate that you got coming on, I go to police functions. I don't even know who hate me because everybody hugging and kissing on me, Eric. I don't even know. I don't, just like you guys. Y'all go out. Guys are hugging and kissing on you. They're the same people on here saying the shit about you.
It's true. It's true, bro.
The same people. So
it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. A lot of the hate that we get, I'm sure if we see those people in person, and a lot of them are fake monikers. They probably kiss and say hello.
Right.
But they have to sleep at night. They have to know who they are.
You've just watched a clip from our live episode. Click the description to watch the full episode. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this.